Happy Thanksgiving. Good evening, America, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just begin this evening, folks. I am presenting to you right here a 2024 Chinese Panda. Very, very charming. Very, very cute. Adorable. And what it actually reminds me is you have Silver Dad right there and Silver Son. The 2024 Chinese Silver Panda is one of the latest installments in one of the world's most beloved bullion coin series. First introduced in 1983, the Chinese Silver Panda is known for its stunning designs, which change annually, showcasing the beauty and symbolism of China's iconic giant panda. The 2024 edition continues this tradition with the fresh, intricate depiction of the panda and its natural habitat. Struck in 0.999 fine silver, these coins weigh 30 grams. 30 grams. Slightly less than a standard ounce due to China's metric system, and have a face value of 10 yuan. Their legal tender status in China, coupled with their consistent quality and craftsmanship, as you can see right there, excellent, makes them highly sought after by collectors and investors worldwide. Absolutely love these pieces. So much detail. Man, there's a lot going on here, you know. I'm certainly never a fan of China, but always a fan of silver. What sets the Silver Panda apart is the combination of artistry and investment appeal. Each year's design adds to its numismatic value, attracting collectors eager to complete their sets. I'm speaking for myself. Simultaneously, the coin's purity and global recognition makes it an excellent choice for those stacking silver for wealth preservation. With the limited mintage and China's growing influence in precious metals market, the 2024 Chinese Silver Panda is a must-have addition for both seasoned stackers and newcomers looking to diversify their holdings, without a doubt. And then if you're curious, this is People's Republic of China. Awesome. Do not sleep on Chinese pandas. And I'm going to repeat, definitely not a fan of China. Always a fan of silver. And this is some great silver to be stacking. And before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out this to my always loyal subscriber. This is Michael Angelo Bagueron. Live below your means. Stay in your lane. Awesome comment right there coming from Michael Angelo Bagueron. And it's so true. And this goes back to my one of my recent episodes where I said, live below your means. And this is beautiful. Live below your means. Stay in your lane. A lot of people don't want to hear this. They don't want to be told, hey, stay in your lane. You know, be and act like your pay grade. There's a lot of people who don't make that much money, but they want to act like they're millionaires. There's people who make barely any money, and they think they're the kings of the world. And then it's funny, you have actually wealthy individuals, rich people, they run laps around these people who are so cocky, and they don't act arrogant. And that's the difference. That's why stay in your lane. Because the real rich, the real wealthy, the real elite, they stay in their lane. They don't go bragging what they have. They don't go boasting and telling the whole world who they are, being flashy. Some of the richest people I've ever met in my life don't wear Rolex watches. They don't wear really anything or drive really anything that would signify any type of wealth. But while their managers are driving sports cars, these owners, multimillionaires, billionaires, are driving used 10, 15-year-old Tahoes. And that's the reality. And these are people who make millions of dollars a year, what most can't even fathom, can't even comprehend. And again, you know, live below your means, stay in your lane. If you're somebody who's making 70, 80 grand a year, it's amazing. In a lot of cities here in America, you can get far, even with that much, if you know how to manage it. If you're making six figures already, amazing. You have no excuse. But if you want to be flashy, if you want to blow all your money on a big house, Remember, you can't get any of that equity until you sell that home. You want to buy big flashy vehicles, awesome two-door sports cars, be my guest. But don't be wondering why things aren't going accordingly long term. So yes, live below your means. Stay in your lane. I love that. I love that. And you know, going back to the title of this episode, folks, every stacker begins with good intentions. Protect wealth, hedge against chaos, and build a foundation their future self will thank them for. Yet almost all of them, even the ones who've been in the game for years, fall into one silent, costly mistake without even realizing it. It's not overpaying for premiums. It's not buying the wrong coins. It's not timing the market wrong. The mistake is far more basic, far more common, and far more financially destructive. They stack without a strategy. They buy silver randomly, emotionally, impulsively, letting hype, fear, or whatever video they watched on YouTube to dictate their move. And not just YouTube, TikTok. I know TikTok is massively influential. And I know everybody, whether they're on their YT or TikTok, they're always watching something now. And it's no wonder why Hollywood is or already has collapsed. Silver stacking without a strategy is like going into a gunfight without a plan. You might have ammo, but you don't have direction. Most stackers never define why they are stacking, how much they need, or what the end goal actually looks like. They just buy whenever they feel like buying. And when silver dips or premiums spike or life gets stressful, they start making panicked decisions, selling too early, buying too late, and bleeding thousands in the process. The market punishes the unprepared, and silver by no means is no exception. The absence of strategy leads to chronic inconsistency. That quiet killer of wealth. It's detrimental, folks. 1 month, they buy 10 ounces. The next month, nothing. Then suddenly, they drop money on a high premium collectible that doesn't fit their goals at all. I used to do this. I don't do this no more. I buy close to spot every single time now. Even if I'm looking at cool coins, always close to spot. Anyways, over time, this whatever happens approach creates a disorganized, mismatched, inefficient stack. When the price rises, they don't have enough ounces. When the price dips, they don't have cash ready. Their stacking becomes luck-based instead of intentional, turning what should be a powerful wealth tool into a messy hobby. And again, this was me in the beginning stages of my stacking journey. The stackers who win long-term do one thing differently. They build a plan and they stick to it. They know their target, usually 1,000 to 3,000 ounces for true financial independence. They know their budget. They know their buying schedule. They know what kind of silver they're focused on. And they don't let distractions pull them off course. They treat stacking like a mission, not a mood, because real stacking isn't about excitement. It's about consistency. With the plan, everything becomes easier. Everything becomes clearer. You avoid overpriced pieces. You stop chasing fads and you build a stack that is lean, powerful, and easy. Very, very easy to liquidate. Instead of guessing, you know exactly how many ounces you need to hit your goals. Instead of scrambling when spot drops, you're ready. Instead of selling out of frustration, you ride the waves with confidence. Very, very important. And the money you save by staying disciplined, it adds up. Stupid fast. And 99% of stackers lose thousands over the years, not because silver failed them, but because their strategy failed them. Don't be one of them. Build a plan. Commit to it. And watch your stack grow with purpose instead of chaos. When the next financial storm hits, and it's going to, the stackers who planned already won't only survive, we are going to thrive, ladies and gentlemen. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening, another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you, God bless your household, and God bless America.